Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to the program. How is everyone doing tonight? Well, anyway, we're back another week, and I actually have show prep ready this time, which is good because neither of my co-hosts are here yet. Apex is running late because of his IL job. Meaning he's probably driving home. And then Akaba, I'm not really sure where he is. I think he'll be around. He could be trying to get on stream. Let me hang on, and maybe that's him. I'm getting a Twitter DM of some sort, so hold on just a sec. Okay, I guess it was just people acknowledging that this stream went out on Twitter. But anyway, welcome to the show, folks. Pretty jam-packed tonight, as usual. But anyway, let's start off here. Usually, if Akba were here, I would start off by asking him how everyone's week has been going. My week has been going pretty well. I've just been doing some freelance work now. That's kind of what I've been doing for a while since I graduated, and it's fun. It's fun to do that. And, it's work too, somewhat. But anyway, and I've also been doing a little bit of gaming on the side. A little bit. I've been playing the Mafia remake, the definitive edition of Mafia, which, by the way, people I started playing that because last week on the show I kind of went off on how they shouldn't call The Last of Us Part 1 a full-blown remake, because essentially what it is it's just the same exact game as we've had, twice before. But the other two times it's been it's just simply been a money grab. Oh, and hold on here real quick. I think, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we just got a donation. Let me see here real quick. Someone donated directly via PayPal. So let me go in here to my PayPal real quick and see who donated. I bet I know who it's from, but I want to acknowledge said person anyway. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Vicious Vickers for $25. Whoa! Vicious Vickers for $25. Says support for the show, yo. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Vickers, our friends over at the Rockland coin shop over in California. And then yeah, happy birthday to Faith Vickers, by the way. And you know, she's 21 now, chat, so she can officially now do all the adult things now, legally anyway, I guess. So, because after your 21st birthday, like, that's it. There's nothing else. Um, there's nothing else you can really do after 21. Like, I think, after 21, you have to wait until like age, like the next big milestone where you get anything is like 65, and that's when you can like apply for social security benefits and AARP, or something like that. Although I suppose once you're 30, I suppose once you're 35, you are eligible to run for president. But let's be honest here, folks, no one who's normal these days can run for president anymore. Are you kidding me? That I mean, Donald Trump was the last person to really, who's normal, I guess, who was able to run for president, and and even so, he's a reality TV show billionaire. Um, so I mean, I voted for him. Obviously, I like him, but he was kind of a celebrity in and of himself. So, yeah, I don't know if running for president when you're 35 is that much of a benefit. So, let's see. Oh, Black Pill Phil is here. Black Pill Phil, since my other two co-hosts aren't available, do you want to come in and you know, steer the ship with me, friend, or Ash. I can invite you on too. Except I know, you know, Brave or whatever you have set up, Internet Explorer doesn't like Melon or whatever. But yeah. All right, I'll DM you the Melon link, film. Yeah. Anyway, folks. Speaking of rich celebrities, I mean, listen, I will be a rich celebrity one day, but well, let's be kidding. I'll be rich one day. I'm not sure if I want to be a celebrity. Uh, well, if I'm gonna be a celebrity, I'd actually like to be like an actual celeb and not an e-celeb, because those people are kind of, they have issues, which we will be covering, uh, some e-celeb stuff tonight. But let me see here real quick. Okay, copy link. Let's see. Go into Twitter. Now I don't want Apple Maps. Okay. By the way, I love my Mac. And I love Apple, but why do I need the Maps app on my MacBook? It's not like I can. I mean, I suppose I could plan like a route, but it's not like having the Maps app on your Mac isn't going to do much good, because I mean, if you want to use your phone, it's better to use your iPhone. So just just a quick rant, I guess. But anyway. Yeah, speaking of rich people though, apparently um there's a migrant crisis in Martha's Vineyard now. And what's funny to me about that is that all these rich liberals, many of whom are politicians, some of whom are celebrities, they have homes in Martha's Vineyard, which is an island, like, kind of off. Like, it is part of Massachusetts, right? But it's also kind of like an island, kind of like the Hamptons in New York. Which is funny because when I was a kid, I used to think that Martha's Vineyard was owned by Martha Stewart. Because why wouldn't Martha Stewart own an island or something? I don't know. But yeah, when I got older, I found out that that's where like the Kennedys have like their big compound. I guess that's where Ted Kennedy killed that one chick and then, pretended that it was a drunk driving, car wreck. But we know the truth, 50, 60 years later. But anyway, so all these liberals who are like concerned about, poor migrants, right? They, they keep saying that Texas and Florida need to be more, tolerant and more open. So what does DeSantis and Greg Abbott do? They send their migrants over to Martha's Vineyard. They send about 50 of them over. And immediately there's like a big outcry. I think I saw on Twitter today that like Maria Shriver, she tweeted something about how like, well, by the migrants being here, that's just the GOP using these poor migrants as political, pawns. Basically, what she's saying is, I don't want these disgusting migrants here, on Martha's Vineyard. Get them out. And I mean, I think some of the migrants were camping out like at the Obama household. I didn't know this, but I guess that's where the Obamas are living now. I guess for a humble guy who had like humble roots, in the South side of Chicago, right? That was Obama's kind of big selling point. He's just a humble black man from from the South side of Chicago, right? But he's so humble, folks. I can't think of anything more humble. You become president, you lead the country for 8 years, and then Obama's so humble that he moves to Martha's Vineyard, an island where I can't even afford to, I don't think I can even afford to like set foot, or in my case, wheelchair rim there. I can't even afford to, stay in Martha's Vineyard, let alone, live there. But, Obama is so modest that he decides to live there full time now, I guess. And so you have these, migrants, starting to pop up in Martha's Vineyard. They're just trying to make the place more cultural and whatnot, right? But then Martha's Vineyard was so glad to have all these migrants there that they immediately got like a bunch of TSA. They got like a whole bunch of public transit bus and literally bust these migrants off of Martha's Vineyard 24 hours later and dumps them all in Boston, right? Because these migrants, when we say that they need to be more accepted at more places, we don't mean that they need to be more accepted at Martha's Vineyard or in the Hamptons. Oh no, they need to hang out at Boston with the rest of you poor schmucks. And in Manhattan. So, let me see here. Phil, I sent you the live stream link on Melon. So yeah. Ash Sawson is absolutely right. Diversity is our strength. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the case, right? So yeah, that was that, and even Biden was saying something on Thursday about like how these are just political moves from the GOP. Well, maybe we should send these people to Delaware then, I guess. So yeah. Oh, okay. There's Black Pill Phil, I guess. So we'll see what he has to say on this. And Vicious Vickers goes, "How the hell did anyone understand what Biden was saying?" Mr. Vickers, I don't know how people understand what Biden is saying. But that's why I always have subtitles on when he's on TV.
Subtitles?
But anyway.
Subtitles?
Yeah, well,
dude, it's like that putting subtitles on Biden shit is like Honey Boo Boo, right? You ever watch Honey Boo Boo? They have subtitles even though they all are supposed to speak English. That's exactly how it is. Exactly how it is. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Phil. I haven't seen you in forever. How are things? How are things over in Pennsylvania where you're at?
Crappy as always, I guess. No, I mean we've got our elections over here, and we've got it sucks. We have Josh Shapiro, who's awful, and then we got Fetterman, who's another awful person, and I think according to polls, they're leading by a mile, but polls are fucking worthless nowadays. But I sure would like to be in Florida right about now.
Well, I mean, we the thing with it is we definitely could use more people like you in Florida for sure. Biden was sending all the migrants to Florida. DeSantis said nope. He sent them to Martha's Vineyard, and now they don't want him in Martha's Vineyard. So I guess those migrants who were in Florida are now in Boston, which I almost feel bad for them, because it's like you start off in Florida, then you get like shipped to Martha's Vineyard, which is like a major, it's like a luxury place. And then you end up in like downtown Boston. That's got to be a bummer, even as like a migrant, I
Yeah,
guess.
I saw Maria Shriver tweet, like you were saying, tweet something about it, and I think she's mad. I think she's just mad because uh one of them one of those illegal immigrants got knocked up by her husband. So I mean, at the
Yeah,
time, I
yeah.
think
Well,
that's a
and the
very
thing with it, well, and the thing with it is like she wasn't even really that good, looking either. Like,
yeah. She was there. It's like it's the Monica Lewinsky thing, right? She's not hot, but she's there. You know, if you're
well,
if you're jonesing it and somebody's in front of you, it's like, hey, well, all right, well, better than nothing.
well, it's interesting that you bring up the Clintons because, um, I found out recently. I guess that this is real. Hillary Clinton has a TV show now. Did you hear about this?
Oh, are you talking about the Apple thing?
Yeah, Hillary Clinton has a show on Apple TV called Gutsy, which is about like I guess highlighting empowered females who also happen to be super wealthy and super rich and super famous already. Because when I think of empowered women, I don't think of my mother or of, local school teachers, right? I think of Jane Fonda and Goldie Hawn when I think of empowered women.
Well, I just like there's so many empowered women out there, like you were saying. There's so many empowered women that do make positive shit, and then like you got these fucking people that are on this show, like what? Like you got Megan the Stallion. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You got all these people. You got all these women all over the freaking country that do like all kinds of good shit. You've got astronauts, you've got engineers, you got scientists, you got all these people doing all kinds of positive shit. You're gonna put what Megan the Stallion as like one of your look. Not only that, here on a side note, let me just say that our American, well, actually, the education system as a whole is completely fucked. You know, David Hogg got to be a guest speaker in at Harvard Business School. All right, think about that one for a second. This dude, the only thing this dude was famous for was being at the right place at the right time during a school shooting. Right, that's it. And then what else did he do? What's he going to
Well,
teach me at a business school? What failing at a fucking pillow company? What the hell?
well, didn't he? Well, didn't he? Didn't he also get into Harvard because he basically said like, "Hey, I survived a school shooting, so Harvard, like, you need to accept me because I like survived a school shooting, so therefore, like,
Yeah, his test
that
scores.
let
Well, he was connect like he said all the right liberal shit, and some of the I think he got an award from who's like there was like a former New York governor, Bloomberg. He got a Bloomberg award or something like that for whatever the fuck. And I think his connections got him into Harvard because his grades were totally fucked. Like his grades and his test scores were not like up to what used to be the Harvard standard. But hey, if
why would anyone want to go to the why would anyone want to go to Harvard or the Ivy Leagues?
most of these big schools have just become like a fraternity of connections, right? It's being connected to the right people now. With Harvard,
Yeah.
you're meeting and associating with other rich pieces of shit just like you. So you're like, so that's how that's the only way it really sets you up for success. You're not like the problem is the internet completely wrecking balled the entire education industry because in the olden days, if you had to go to a school like Harvard to be able to get an education, like to be able to truly learn about law, about business, whatever. But now, I mean, shit, you could learn whatever you want on your iPhone. Like, as long as you got connection on your phone, you're good. So they
Well, I
needed something
mean,
more. Like, they really needed something more.
yeah, well, I mean, part of the problem though too is if you want a job in corporate America now, and believe me, I'm a capitalist, as much as anybody, but I will admit that like one of the problems kind of with, big business is that like a lot of them do require like a 4-year degree, like even just for like an entry level position now. But like in terms of going to college, to like learn something, like unless you're going for like a very specific skill set, like a doctor or a lawyer, it's not as valuable as it used to be. Now, having said that, like I went to the University of South Florida, and I actually did learn a lot from my um, degree program. But
What'd you learn in South Florida? What, how to beer pong? What the hell? I heard that was like a big
well,
party school.
I learned how to I learned how to pick up chicks and ask out supermodels on a day. Life skills that you especially need here in South Florida.
Look, hey, those women, I'm sure those women got a lesson on how to do a naked chariot ride. I'm telling you, man. It, it,
You're
it, it takes talent.
you're
I'm just saying.
you're damn right. So
But look at this. Look at it. Not only that, did you see they Oxford University is having the Cash Me Outside girl as a speaker. Like she's doing a guest speaker. Like, what the fuck is she gonna provide Oxford? You know, like what the hell? I'm saying, our academic system is in decline. It is totally in decline.
yeah, well, I mean, the Cash Me Outside girl, like, how is she still even relevant? Like that thing happened back in 2000. That thing happened nearly 10 years ago. What has she done since then?
Uh, she had she opened an OnlyFans account, and I think she made like over $1 million in her first month, which is crazy. I mean, that's something. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, no, I haven't heard from her since. But I mean, like, there's with Harvard, it's like the speakers that I see that are on, like, the special speakers are like, what, fucking J.K. Rowling or Psy, or like, I'm like, these aren't like beacons of the academic community. These are like fucking celebrities or some shit. Like, it's like, you don't do you really need to go to Harvard to fight? Like what is that their marketing? Oh, if you want to hear a fucking celebrity speak, now you're gonna have to go to Harvard. I don't I don't understand how the fuck that's um
Well, I mean, first off, I think, at least like J.K. Rowling is, somewhat of like, an actual, like, she actually has like a somewhat inspiring story of like a single mom who like became a, successful like author and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, I understand that, but then like, all these other celebs. And second off, Genius Anus, I did not learn chloroform recipes in chemistry 101. How dare you, sir? Maybe I knew a professor that did that when I was in community college, but not. Maybe that was Ethan Ralph you're thinking of, although he never finished college. But yeah, how dare you, sir? So, um, but no, it's like yeah, all these celebrities who are like at commencement speeches now too. That's the other weird thing is, you know, it seems like all these college commencement speeches,
Oh
a
my
lot
god.
of them are like from celebrities.
Mine, I will never forget. I will never forgive Penn State for this shit. Like my commencement speech, and I like you. I worked my ass off for that fucking degree, and they put some for my commencement speech. They put some vice president of Hewlett Packard, some chick, and she talked about fucking diversity for like I was so angry. I was so angry.
Oh,
I was like, you could have said something about like something inspirational about the future and how it all looks bright and for everybody. Like, no, you talked about your accolades and you talked about how fucking all about diversity and shit. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like,
that
you ruined my academic experience. I just want to let you know
that
that.
that reminds me of my senior year of high school, right? I think I might have told this. I think I might have told this story on the show before. But in case I haven't, so my senior year of high school was 2013, and this was like right before the SJW stuff was like really like a thing, right? It was before me too, but like it was kind of like on the horizon. And I remember like it was like April, so we were like a month away from graduation, and so there was one day of the year where Amnesty International hosted like a day of speakers at our school, and all of the students were mandated to go. It was like a school wide thing. So in the so like at around like 11 o'clock in the morning, right? Like there had been a couple of different speakers, and none of them were like that egregious. But then like around 11 o'clock, there was this one uh speaker who came up, and she was a woman. And I would say she was like moderately attractive. She wasn't ugly. She wasn't like a 10 either. But she starts to like talk about how she was raped in college, and like she starts off like really bleak. And then she looks around the auditorium and says, every every high school senior in here, every male high school senior in here is a potential male rapist. And I just about lost it. And I rolled myself out of the auditorium. Security like tried to stop me from leaving too, but I'm like, what? I'm like, look, I'm about to graduate in a month. I don't have time for this politically correct bullshit. Uh, so I'm just gonna leave, and you know, well, you're mandated to stay. If you don't if you don't complete this thing, you won't be able to graduate. And I was like, well, my mom is the precinct leader of the Republican Party for our town, and I'm sure she would love to hear that the high school forced the senior class into an indoctrination seminar. So they let me go, and long story short, I fucked off in the student newspaper office and basically watched How I Met Your Mother for the rest of the day.
That's a good show.
And yeah, no, it was, and believe me, it was a much more valuable use of my time to watch the romantic exploits of Ted Mosby than it was to hear about rape culture from some crazy lady. Uh, you know, but like that was kind of like my first exposure to like just the crazy SJW stuff. Like I knew that there was crazy stuff before, but it was like, whoa, this is insane. And then once I got to college, it just got worse. So, and
I always hate
now
that
I'm
shit too. Like they bring like, oh, there's rape culture in colleges, and I'm like, no, they're rapists, but that doesn't mean there's like a culture of fucking rape. That's like, it, like you have. I also hate when women say, oh, I should be able to walk outside wearing whatever I want and not have to worry about getting harassed or getting assaulted or anything like that. And I'm like, you're right. You should, okay? However, life is a game of odds, right? Meaning you know, if you wear, okay, so if I am in a back alley in New York City wearing one of my Rolex watches, uh the odds are high that I could get my shit robbed, okay? That doesn't mean I deserve it. That doesn't mean whatever. I'm saying, life is a game of odds. It's like a poker game, dude. The more moves you make, the less likely your shit's happen. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. It could. Okay. Like you could have you could do all the right things and still end up in the shit. And you could do all the wrong things and still end up in the good. But if you make the right moves, you're less likely. Like it's a game of odds, right? So,
yeah,
and the same concept applies, right? You like if you if you wear some shit drunk off your ass and you're wearing some shit with your cleavage hanging out and and you're in a New York club and you're grabbing dicks, okay? You're some bad's probably gonna happen to you. Just saying. Like,
yeah. Well, the other thing too is like the definition of rape culture has been stretched so thin now that if you even like compliment a woman and she doesn't like your compliment or whatever, that's now considered rape culture.
it's
And
sexual harassment and I don't have to take it. Like, oh, okay.
yeah, hey, you look, hey, beautiful, you're looking nice today.
I mean,
That
there's lines.
that's
Okay,
right.
there's lines.
That's
Okay,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that wouldn't be a problem. Like, obviously, if you say to somebody, "Nice tits," I just want to fucking motorboat them bitches at a Starbucks. Okay, gotcha. Okay, that might be a problem. However, if you're saying, "Oh, that dress looks nice today," or yeah, wow, you did something different with your hair. Okay, like yeah, it's like that is sexual harassment, and I don't have to take it. I mean, that's a little, it's a little clown worldy.
Well, Phil, I mean, I hate to break it to you, but we are living in clown world,
We are. We
dude.
totally are.
And Ash B, I do love you, but I mean, you just, I think, you always talk about we live in clown world.
He ain't wrong. Look, we are. We're in a
Yeah,
clown world.
he's not wrong. Speaking of people also, surviving with us in clown world, Apex, how you doing?
Man, women are so fucking dumb. Am I right, fellas?
Look, here's the problem. Here's the problem, though,
You're
Apex.
not
Okay,
wrong.
you are not wrong. Okay, you are 100% correct in your assessment. However, they have this one thing that's like the most amazing fucking feeling in the world, and there's nothing even close to it, right? There's, the it's the most amazing feeling in the world, and there's no extreme sport, or there's no adrenaline high, or there's no drug that even equals that shit. Okay, so that's the crux of every man that walks this earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only caught the tail end of what you were talking about. It just sounded like dumb bitches being, dumb bitches like they have been for most of my
I'm
life, but
stunned.
especially the last,
How,
few years.
like really, what constitutes the cash me outside girl as a that
Going to Oxford.
qualifies? Go speaking at Oxford, like how what's she qualified to do that, like,
Hey, you know what? Self-made fucking millionaire, bro. They don't care. I mean, the particulars don't really matter, in the grand scheme of
I mean, if
things.
that's the case, then you should have Dr. Phil speaking at Oxford, because he's the reason she's there.
True, but I think with the whole new empowerment movement and shit, and identity politics at a you know coming to a crescendo. I feel like, but
I
at
mean,
a fever pitch.
yeah, you're right.
But I
You're
mean, it has
right.
to. It literally has to at some point. This shit can't go on. I mean, we may just collapse entirely as a species as a
Yeah,
result, but I doubt it. But yeah, it's just that girl. I mean, she became. We all know the catch me outside, catch me outside. Blah blah.
catch me outside. How about
She,
that?
she was a bad kid on one of those fucking circus shows on daytime television that became a meme. And I mean, it's to be real, it's kind of the internet's fault. Like so many other things in our day and this modern day. But yeah, she became a meme, and it didn't. The lines between making fun of her and supporting her got blurred, as tends to happen with everybody on the internet. I mean, you could say the same kind of shit about fucking Chris Chan and Ethan Ralph and all these people. They've got hate watchers that say all the right things, to make them seem like, to pump these people up. So, I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's hilarious that that girl is going to Oxford. What is she even going to say? I mean, and I don't even really care. I'm picturing like the overall thing, like the people
Yeah,
that are going to
she's
go
gonna need,
there.
seriously, she's gonna need Biden subtitles for her shit. Like, yeah, they're gonna put her, they're gonna have her speak, and they're gonna need subtitles for whatever the fuck she's talking about. Just like
I
Biden, just like Honey Boo Boo, all those fuckers.
Hey, listen,
I
man,
I
that catch me outside girl. You know, look, America only wants one thing. They want to cut their dicks off. And they want to fuck children. All right. And
Imagine, imagine having
I'm
Dr.
Joe
Phil
Biden.
at Oxford though. He'd be like, he'd be with a student talking about, you are way too young to be having sex in
Yeah.
college. You need to wait a couple years, and I'll provide you with all the counseling you need, each and every one of you.
Oh,
Like,
that's what
no,
they
no,
should do.
that'd be the lamest shit. It's like a, he's like a, whenever he speaks, he's like a hillbilly out he's like a hillbilly Ben Stein, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, on the Wonder Years,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
like, for
Win
red
Vincennes money.
eyes, clear eyes
Yeah, yeah,
is awesome. Now just imagine that with a hillbilly voice, and you got Dr. Phil.
yeah. It's pretty
I
good.
I'd like to see Dr. Phil. I'd like to see Dr. Phil like try and be in session with Owen or Ethan or one of our
You're
accounts,
right. That would be great. That would be
or even
awesome
Andy Worski.
because he would, like, before Dr. Phil would even finish his monologue, they would all probably kill themselves out of boredom, right? And then we all win. It's a win-win for everybody, right? It's a win-win for the world.
or Ralph would just start hollering one of the two. But,
Listen, folks, America wants. I know, I understand. Damn it, I already lost it. They want to kill babies, cut their dicks off, and fuck children. All right, I'm Joe Biden.
Ugh.
yeah, and also those Republicans, man, they just want to dump the migrants off Martha Stewart's house or something, man. I don't know. Martha Stewart is being invaded by migrants
Oh no!
from something.
That
I'm
it
I'm
is
Joe
funny.
Biden.
You got
I
to
gotta be.
admit that the Martha Stewart thing is fucking hilarious though, because like these are the
Martha
same
Stewart.
people. These are the same people that want to be like, we need no person is illegal here in the United States. No, we should just welcome them all with open arms. And then as soon as they're flown into Martha's Vineyard, like, oh, we need to get these people out of here. Like, yo, bust them the fuck out. Like,
Is that
oh,
what they did? I
they
need some
bust them
clarification.
out. They
Yeah.
bust them to a military base.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. But I saw some. I saw some counter evidence to a lot of that. You know, the right wing talking points that they're just freaking out and losing their minds. I mean, I saw at least some evidence on Twitter. I don't know. I mean, they were putting those people up and doing a lot of putting in some effort, but it is obvious that most of the population of that area were like, get these people the fuck out. There was like one person I saw in a Facebook thread that was like, we voted for this, guys. This is what we're supposed to be doing. How is sending them, you know, they weren't wanted at these border towns. They didn't vote for that, so they sent them here. Why is this a problem? But permanent housing and they're all, those rich fucks are losing their minds, dude.
Well, I mean, I guess what happened was DeSantis DeSantis was saying that like the more of these migrants came into Florida, he would ship them to Martha's Vineyard, and then I guess he did, and people in Martha's Vineyard lost their mind and said that, oh, DeSantis just shipped him here to make a point about
Well,
politics.
which I mean, I would argue that he did, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna take sort of a hot take here for this crowd, perhaps, but I entirely disagree with what Ron DeSantis did, and in fact, I think according to like laws, that's like, and it's not exactly, but it amounts to human trafficking. Send those motherfuckers back where they came from. Don't send them. He sent them significantly deeper into the country. Like, yeah, it's an own on
Yeah.
these liberal fucking Democrats, the rich fucks, but that is not the answer. Sending
Yeah.
these people, you know what I mean? It is. I don't think it's. I mean, even the troll is not worth it to me
Yeah.
because it sets a dangerous fucking precedent.
Yeah.
Because
No,
so
I
many
mean,
people think it's cool, think it's good. Like, yeah, let's do more of that. It's
I
bad.
mean, I get that the point. I mean, I certainly do get that argument. And I even do agree with it. Like partial. I think the reasoning is that when ordinary Americans are complaining about all these migrants, becoming criminals, like robbing like the streets of our cities, all of the wealthy elites are like, oh, well, you're just all bigots and you just don't understand what it is. You don't understand what they've had to struggle through to get here. And so the rest of you plebs living in like suburban and urban America, you all are just selfish bigots and you need to go fuck yourselves, right? But when it's our hoity-toity, rich ass, pampered part of the country, in gated communities, when those people land here, oh no, it's a big problem. So I can see both sides. I guess it's interesting.
Yeah, I
So
just, I mean, yeah, I just don't think that's the solution. You know, There's a big
Yeah.
difference between people crossing into
Yeah.
border states and governors of these states packing those people up and shipping them deeper into the country to
Well,
to own some libs, you know.
well,
And I mean, I do get it.
Look, Austin Knott does bring up a good point. Does the government? I don't think the governors really have the power to be able to deport. That's like a federal thing, like with the federal immigration. I'm not
Sure,
sure that the governors have the ability
they may not. That's
to
probably right.
right. So I'm thinking that they may not have had a choice. Well, I mean
Well,
they
it may
have a
be.
choice in certain shit, but but I agree with you on its surface. Like I don't think I think it's funny in the short term, but I don't think it's very productive in the long term.
But it also could be. I'm not. Everybody knows that I'm
Look,
not a smart man,
I'm learning
but
as I go too. I'm just like you.
exactly. I don't know half of what these people have to, the laws of these places and shit is so fucking complicated. So it may be one of those cases where, okay, we use our resources to hold these people near the border and, soak up resources for the people of my state, or I pack these people up and I ship them to a state that is already voted to take care of these people and have plenty of money to do
Yeah, I
so.
mean,
I mean, I
they
get it. I
are
do.
Yeah.
they are sanctuary cities, right? Look,
Hmm.
you are looking out for them, I guess. If you're claiming to be anyway. Well, I mean, you just have these. I just find it funny how like when these buses arrive, these people are like giving them hugs and food and all that shit. It's like, all right, here's the hug. All right, now get the fuck off my property before I have you arrested.
And I mean, the other thing to consider is like they've been weaponizing the immigrant vote for a long time. You know, the Democrats in particular. The influx of migrants to some of these red states, especially in the South. And allowing, you know, or pushing really hard for non-resident voter registrations and shit like that. So that's the other thing to consider is like, I mean, this was just one bus full of people. It was like 50, 100 people or something. I don't even know the exact
Right.
number.
It was only 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge
even,
number. Yeah, it wasn't even a huge number of people,
I mean,
but that's 50 people.
I mean, granted, 50 people is still 50 people, and in a place like Martha's Vineyard, that's probably a lot. I mean, Anthony
Isn't that an
Cumia
island? Are they an island?
actually made a pretty good point there.
Is Martha's Vineyard an island? Or
Yeah,
no?
I think. I think Martha's Vineyard, if I'm not mistaken, is like an island that's like part of the state of Massachusetts.
Okay.
It's kind of like how Florida here has the Keys.
The Keys, right? Yeah.
Almost.
Okay, that makes sense.
Almost, right?
Mm.
But like I also know that I know that like the Kennedys, they have like a summer home on Martha's Vineyard, and also I actually didn't know this until today because this is how little I give a shit about the Obamas now. But apparently they have apparently Obama lives in Martha's Vineyard like year round now, or
Yeah.
something
Yep.
like that. So
That's true.
Mhm.
yeah, for a guy, Obama was so humble, right? Being a humble guy from the south side of Chicago. He was so humble that after his term was up, he instead of going back to his humble roots in Chicago, he decided to move to Martha's Vineyard, where all the other elites are.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
And the other thing that I keep thinking about is, the way social media works and stuff and how things are filtered to us, through our own, cultivated lens by the AI, by the algorithm and shit. I mean, I'm not sure that DeSantis did not hand these people a victory. Like, yeah, we've seen some outrage on social media. We've seen some of the residents there freaking the fuck out. But if DeSantis packed these people up and sent them there as some sort of message, and they were received kindly, and they've been now sent to a military base, there's clearly no room on a fucking island, right? So if there's PR to be gained from this, it will be gained. And it's just, again, immigrants are coming. Immigrants are here. There's a ton of them, and there's going to be more of them. And
Yeah.
depending on what future laws are in place, and the path to citizenship and how shortened that's going to be, or if it's even going to be necessary, they're going to look like fucking heroes, man. DeSantis is going to look like this. The Republicans shipped him off to some fucking. Well, I mean, then again, I guess it depends on how you frame it. Because DeSantis could be like, "Look, we have no room here. Here, we'll send you here," and then they've been received kindly. And I don't. You know what? I have no
feel-
idea. There's too
I
many
feel like
angles to this shit, man.
I feel like I feel like in 2022 the framing of shit has become overrated though. Like cuz I think we've become so divided that like liberals are going to have their networks like your CNN, your MSNBC, whatever. Your conservatives are going to have their other stuff
Fox
where it's
News.
like, yeah, you got your Daily Wires, your Blaze TVs, your Newsmax, your Fox News, you have all that. And then you got like the independents that they fall wherever they fall too, but like I don't think I think I mean, nothing's really going to change in that. Like, the liberals that were pissed off are already pissed off anyway. Like, they're pissed regardless. Like, they hate. They just hate conservatives anyway. And then like, the conservatives are like, you know, they already have their minds made up too. Like, it's like, well, fuck them liberals. And then you have and then you have the independents, and I think a lot of them they don't align with a particular. Like I'm an independent, and I don't align with a particular. I'm like, I'm just I just like, can we just be intelligent here? Like I'm sick and tired of these two extremes, and these people are retarded, and can we just not be retarded anymore? But I don't think anything really changes anymore. Like it used to. Like back in the 90s, it would have been something like even 2000s, like it would have been really big. But like today, I mean, there's so many echo chambers now that there's not really, I don't know. There's not much
I
gain
think.
like there used to be.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I think too, and I actually wrote about this. I actually wrote about this last week on my Substack blog, but and I talked about like how in regards to like 9/11, like I do wonder sometimes like if Twitter and Facebook and all these other social media platforms had been around when 9/11 had happened, like how much different would the conversation surrounding 9/11 have been? Because right, like people say we were all pretty united when 9/11 happened, and that's true, we were, but
That's just another fucking psyop.
was
That the last one that worked. Go ahead. Sorry.
but what, but was that because there wasn't as many people speaking, as there were when social media came out?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big thing. Is now anyone can basically have a voice, now. Whereas like
Well,
really up
almost.
until yeah, almost anyone, but like really up until 15 years ago when social media really kicked into high gear, like you would only get the news twice a day from most news channels. There was like a morning news show and then an afternoon noon news show. And unless you were turned into Fox and or CNN, there wasn't like a whole big 24-hour news thing. Like people didn't go to the internet to check news 24/7 if they even had
No,
internet.
I mean in 2001, it was well understood that the internet was entirely fake. Like it was all lies, and it's where people went to lie and just fuck around and steal your
Yeah, it was where
identity and
people went to
shit.
ship hosts, and that was it.
Yeah.
So
But Eric brings up a good point in the chat that Obama had a tent built twice the size of a military base for his birthday, and he still owns the same
Yeah.
residence, but he can't have that tent put up again. And I go back to the same argument. I mean, like, yes, of course he could, and I mean, he would look like a hero. That would be headlines across the fucking nation. Fox News would report on that positively, for that
That's
matter.
funny.
But
That's
they,
funny. That
but-
Obama thing is pretty funny though. It's like while he was president, he's like, illegal immigration is the bedrock of our society. And then like as soon as and now he's like and now he's like, you need to take these ugly people off my property before you go to jail.
Listen, me and Michael, I mean Michelle, we don't have room anymore. We got a golf course built out there now. Anyway, yeah, but no, I mean Martha. Apparently, Evil Eric also in the chat says Martha's Vineyard welcomes over 150,000 tourists in July alone, but they can't find room for 50 people in September.
Because
that sounds crazy.
Those 50 people don't have money, right? You can't have them here. Can't have them on Martha's Vineyard. They ain't got no money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, tourist season is over. Too.
I fully understand why it's important. Like, I get both sides, but I'm getting back to my original state on this podcast where I tried to, or the way I used to do it, and I try, instead of just fucking blah, just being drunk and stupid and just muttering whatever comes to mind. I'm actually trying to think about this shit and I just don't know if this sort of thing is going to resonate with people the way it does with like the majority of the population. I don't think it's going to hit the same way because most people don't get their media the same way we do. They get it from their friends or fucking Fox News or CNN or one of the, it's all the same shit, as you both know. So
I mean, a lot of normies I know still use Facebook, and they just sit on their phone scrolling on Facebook throughout the day, and they just get angry and angrier and angrier because they see, and for that matter, I mean, Twitter is kind of the same way, but I mean, our group at least is a little savvy in that Twitter is a place to shitpost and, not to be taken too seriously, right? But it's the people who take the internet too seriously versus the people who more or less just laugh at the internet and whatnot. So, also though, saw something was a good point that like 50 immigrants. That's like 1/3 of a wait staff at a wedding at Martha's Vineyard too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, look, I agree with all of it, and it is awesome. It's fucking hilarious, and I really hope that it works the way, the way we all think. But most people don't have functioning brains. But
it's funny. It's funny because it's like, yeah, it's like unless these people are working on my lawn or working cleaning my house, I don't want these people anywhere near my property.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically. Evil Eric says I could comfortably fit 50 people in our garage. Well,
you know what? Let's forward his address to Ron DeSantis then, dude. That'll solve a problem. That'll be a huge PR win.
That's true. I mean, Evil Eric was ready to we were Apex. We were set to like move the entire DZ to Eric's garage at one point.
I know. I mean, he put $15,000 worth of wood fucking flooring down. I know that.
So
rich fucking calf having motherfucker. Yeah, he's piece of shit. Get out of the chat, Eric. Nobody wants you here.
Yeah. He's a rich man with big calves. So. But yeah, also, real quick,
and a big garage.
Larry Rapshaw for $5.
Woo!
Whoa!
There you go.
There
you go.
He says here to support the show. So
thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
One of these days, you're gonna have to write a piano tune. Write a from all the years you've been listening to Sammy. You're gonna have to write him a little piano tune for an intro or an
Yeah,
outro or something. That would be very cool.
that would be.
Yeah, that's
Um,
funny. That's funny. Hitler could fit a couple million people in a Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah, the
That's funny.
ashtrays.
How many in the ashtrays? God damn
Yeah,
it.
right. Yeah. How many people can you fit in a Volkswagen Bug? Well, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 5 million in the ashtray, or 200,000 if you're.
Oh, by the way, okay. So on a side note, right? That's a great. That's a great segue. I I believe, in my personal opinion, that you should be allowed to say any joke about race or stereotype as long as it's funny. That is the rule, right? That is the rule that I believe should stand, right? If you can say a joke and it's about race or it's about stereotype and it's funny, it should stay. If it's not, then it should be horribly bashed and you should be like the shit of the earth, right? But it has to be funny. That is the key.
Well, no, that's the way.
I
That's the
mean,
way it's always been, though. And
Yeah.
in a very, very small sector, it is still the case.
Hmm.
A comedy. I feel like comedy's coming back, like real comedy.
Yeah.
yeah,
I was on a space I was on one of those Twitter spaces the other day, and I was like, and I was reminded of like a year or so back. One of my friends was African American. He was like, "Hey, you want to hang out on Sunday?" Meaning church, right? And I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to go to your church. You know why I don't want to go to church? Because those black churches are too damn long. Right? They're all day. Okay. I'm trying to have this be done because I see a sister on the other side of the church, and I'm trying to shoot my shot. Okay. But the preacher won't shut up. Right? And I can't even hear what he's saying, because then there's some of the people around me. I some of the people around me like, you know
Hell yeah, they're
and
feeling.
so everybody's laughing, right? Everybody at the table's laughing, and then this one fucking white liberal chick is like, can you stop saying that stuff? I like that's offensive. I'm like, and he's like, and of course, I had to say, okay, what do you mean it's offensive? Like, what was offensive? And then of course my black friend was like, are you saying we're supposed to be offended because it's a story about somebody's race? That sounds racist, man. What the hell's wrong with you? And then of course everybody else was playing along with it, and she was like, oh my god, you guys are dicks, and then walked away.
Mortified, probably. She
Yeah,
probably
she's
went home
just
and
like,
fucking cried for 3 days, dude.
she's probably like, yeah, I'm not racist, okay? I have Tupac CDs in my house. Like,
I am an ally. I swear to God.
I
Okay.
swear to God, I
I donated my entire paycheck for 3 months to Black Lives Matter.
I
Okay?
know, right?
Okay,
Like,
please.
you know how hard it was? You know how hard it was for me to donate those $5 to Black Lives Matter?
I did.
Seriously.
I did a TikTok video where I painted half of my face black, and I did
I'm so not racist, okay? I even have one of those little pictures on my Facebook page that says I'm not racist.
Damn, you do a way better Valley Girl than I do, or just
Yeah.
girl than I do. Sorry, I'm gonna let you.
It's just
I'm gonna let you take the reins.
it's just funny to me. Like, and
No,
not
it's
only
awesome.
that,
It's awesome. It's
So-
fucking awesome.
so
The truth
not
is,
only
if
that,
Go ahead.
okay, so here another thing. Um when I was in college, I took a sociology class, and in that sociology class, one of the people that ran the class was like, while we were in this like group or whatever, was saying, uh, race,
was
jokes about race aren't even funny. I'm like, you want me to kill that logic right now, right? You want me to kill that logic right now? I said, what's white in 7 inches? And he's like, what? Nothing. And everybody started laughing, right? Everybody started laughing. I'm like, see. Um, but it wasn't. They wanted to do it because it wasn't about like that. They'll laugh if it's at the right, in the right direction, right?
Phil,
But what's up?
Phil, can I ask, was that class Soch
Yes, it
119
was. Yes, it was.
co-taught by
Oh, sweet baby
co-taught by
Jesus.
co-taught by Jeff Hamill, the
Yeah,
former the former Jeff who used to
yeah. But it was like,
co-host this podcast?
yeah. I mean, I was like,
That coward
and
won't even talk to me.
Yeah, yeah, old Jeff will not talk to the new Jeff because he's too scared of Apex.
I'm too
but
powerful.
but here's what I'm saying though. Like the race, like jokes about race and stereotype should have it, because at least those jokes recognize that there's a that there's like a problem with stereotyping people or whatever. And and like I've learned more, like I've been more motivated to learn about history through comedy than I've ever been through some history teacher or professor or anything like that.
That's
Like,
right.
Yeah.
so like why
I
get rid
actually,
of it?
on that note, this is a weird segue, and not even a segue, but just like interjection. But I'm a big fan of Shane Gillis, as you both should be if you're not already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh hell
As well
yeah.
as Louis C.K.
Mm-hmm.
They did a
Mhm.
like 4-part podcast. I think it's like 4.5 hours total, where they talk about all the presidents in succession. Apparently, Louis C.K. is like obsessed with presidents, and he has been since he was a little kid. So it's just 4 hours. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I listened to the first little bit periodically, and it's funny, it's good, and
Yeah.
I actually learned some shit that I had to do some searching on my own. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't realize that was true, you know. But it's funny, so it's entertaining. It's not just fucking 4 hours of reading off facts. Like they're making jokes and talking back and forth. Shane knows a few things too, but yeah, effectively, Shane just gives Louis a platform to talk about everything he knows about the presidents for 4 hour-long episodes, and it's
Yeah.
great. That sort of thing, you know what I mean? That's it. Just kind of tied into
Mm-hmm.
what we were talking about. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I like it. That I'll have to check that out too, because
Hmm.
I'm a huge Louis C.K. fan. I loved his
Oh
show.
yeah.
I've been to numerous stand-ups of his. Like he's just one of those people that's just like, he's funny off the cuff too. Like he's really funny. Like
Yeah.
you get a lot of stand-up comedians and they're funny in their set, and then when you talk to them
Hmm.
backstage and you talk to them, like they're just kind of like not
Awkward
all
and
that funny. Like
yeah,
Dane
yeah.
Cook. Dane Cook to me was not that funny. Like I met him backstage and he was very not, he wasn't as funny like off the cuff. Louis C.K. on, like he would stay up on stage after, he would stay and he would be funny. Like, and in fact, the after set was probably funnier than the set itself. And then when you
Yeah.
meet him backstage, it was funny. Like, his interactions were funny with other people. It was just like, I don't know. Like, he might be one of my, I mean, he's not my favorite. Like, for me, Patrice O'Neill was probably my favorite
Yeah,
comedic stand up.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Patrice
Louis
for sure.
C.K. is definitely up there. Like he's
No doubt.
top 10.
He's
Top 10.
anybody that gives a shit about comedy. I mean, he's approaching not status, but like in the same ethereal realm as Norm, the comedian's comedian, where everybody that does
Yeah.
comedy loves fucking Louis, and for good reason, because you know what I mean. He's
Well,
smart. He's funny. He likes to jack off in front of people. I mean, goddamn, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and he makes he
What?
makes
Oh
fun
shit!
of
I'll be right
that
back.
too. He makes fun of himself for that. I mean, he did a whole bit in not this last special, not sorry, but the one before that. Where he's like, we're gonna talk about retards for 20 minutes, and that'll be and I timed it, and that's exactly how long what he talks about how. Have you ever noticed since we stopped saying the word retard in society, there's like a lot less of them now. You don't see people with Down syndrome anymore, and they used to be part of our lives every day. You would just see them at the bus stop, and now they're not there. So,
That's
um,
funny. That's
yeah, just
funny.
stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I feel like we have to get back to that point where we're able to joke again, because it's not even, and it's not even the people that are mentioned aren't the ones that are like offended. The only people that are really offended are like the affluent liberal white
right.
people. Like those are the only people that are offended. Like you're offended for somebody else. You're pathetic, man. Like
Yeah.
and not only that, if you're offended, like I always felt like if you get offended by anything, like you're an emotionally weak person. Like
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
because
I,
like you're allowing someone else to alter your emotional state by saying something, right? And like in that way, eh, like you need like eventually people need to like grow the hell up. Where and
well,
no
Not
no
everybody does.
not everybody does. You're right. Yeah, ain't that the fucking truth? Not you know what? There's another thing. There used to be like one of the reasons. I think one of the reasons why our society has gone to hell. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. One of the reasons especially is like there used to be like an appropriate time, an appropriate place to do shit, right? Even in TV, even with like TV, there used to be, late. There used to be after a certain hour, there would be like certain adult shit, like on TV and on the radio and all that stuff. And now, like everything, like now they just have all kinds of fucked up shit on all hours of the day. Which I mean, I think there needs to be like a, an appropriate there's like an appropriate time and a place. Obviously, like a Starbucks in the middle of the day is not an appropriate time to like say, "Hey, I got a joke for you." A black man, a Jew, and a priest. Fucking, we're at a bar, and like, no, obviously, you know. But I mean,
I,
like
I
we have to get to a point where I don't know. Do you
Well,
understand what I'm saying? Because like
yes,
yeah.
and I want to back up a little bit to where I tried
okay,
to interrupt you just now,
okay, yeah, go.
where the people that are offended by comedy, especially good comedy, I don't think they're necessarily dumb. I think good comedy offends as at least as many people as it makes laugh, if not more at first. Like good comedy when it first comes out, there's probably a small nugget of people that find I can't think of an example, but that in I'm losing my but I just think that good comedy offends as much as it's the whole point, going back to
Right.
Jesters, was to offend and to mock and to make people think, I suppose, to some degree. Ultimately, it's just to make you laugh. But laughter is an avenue to almost anything, because it.
Well, and
Go ahead.
also there is an element of truth to comedy,
No,
mostly
that's the
not,
funniest comedy is just the truth. You know what I mean? Like just told in a just
and
tell the
so
truth.
yeah, and so people want to get upset about racial stereotypes, but it's like, listen, those racial stereotypes exist for a reason. And
Yes, they
yeah,
do.
maybe not every person in that racial stereotype does that thing, but enough of them do to where that stereotype exists. I mean, like even like a few weeks ago, I think I told you this, Apex. I had some white uh I had some white liberal. I don't even really call them a friend, like someone I knew in high school who happened to tune into the podcast, and they were offended at you laughing at me crawling out to get a beer, and I got this. I got this.
Go ahead,
I
man. Sorry.
got. No, I'm glad. I'm glad you laughed. I'm. And this person and it was a woman. Of course, it had to
Oh,
be,
sure.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
she was like, how could you be? She was like, hey, do you realize that you left your camera on and you were crawling to get a beer, and while you were going to get a beer, your co-host and the rest of the panelists were talking about how crippled you were, and then and I'm
Go on.
and I got into how could you do you even watch your own show afterwards? Like, how could you stand for that?
Mm.
And I'm like, well, yes. And I haven't listened to that specific clip before, but I have, I go back and I do watch on occasion, and yeah, those are funny. And they're like, but they're making fun of you. How could you find that funny? And I'm like, because they're my friends,
It should be like, listen,
idiot.
hole.
And yeah. uh,
Oh, that's
I,
incredible stuff. I know. I remember you
yeah,
saying something about people being upset or offended at me mocking you for being crippled, but you
well,
mocked me
they,
for being a loser, depressed piece of shit. That's look. I'm actually trying to look for a YouTube video I was watching earlier about a story from 20, I think it's like 20 years ago at least, like 2003. This woman pretended to be a man, and she did so for like 18 or 20 months or something. And there was a story on 50 Minutes about it and everything. I'm pretty sure it was like 2003, and I can't remember this woman's name, but she like joined a bowling league and had all these ideas, all the same shit you hear spewed nowadays. Men are this, men are that, and she killed herself after that because she realized that the women, effectively, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but women were much worse than what men were ever depicted to be, as far as all of the worst attributes that she'd ever been told or experienced in her life. And
yeah,
these men, where they thought he was a gay dude, or thought she was a gay guy, but she like joined a bowling league, played through a whole season, and realized that the affection that men show is through like talking shit and like fucking with each other, but in a it's well understood. And she
yeah,
didn't understand it at first, but then she like very quickly got it. It all clicked because she was just one of the guys. But she wrote a book about it and stuff. But yeah, I never even heard of this bitch, but just popped up into my YouTube feed earlier, and I watched like 20 minutes of a 50-minute documentary about her, and then I got bored.
yeah, yeah. No, if you've ever witnessed women fighting with each other,
No, not
it's
even
nasty.
not
It's
even
nasty.
not even fighting, dude. Just general. Just talk to a girl about a girl she doesn't like, and you will hear the most heinous shit. I mean, not all. Obviously, hashtag not all. You know. Yeah, women are vile. They're hateful. They're spiteful. They're terrible human beings, man. They're the worst of us. That's why dudes rock.
But they do
Yeah,
have that
yeah.
pussy, man. And I'm telling you,
They got titties, man. Yeah, they
like,
got big old
dude, they have the
titties.
one. They have like they're all those miserable things, and yet they still have like the greatest fucking thing ever. Like,
Dude,
it's so unfair.
I wish we could fucking get science could advance so that men could give birth, so then women could have nothing, but just be a hole and tits. We wouldn't even need them. You know? Well, maybe we would. Some sort of spore effect, let's say.
But men can get pregnant.
No, they fucking can't. Not yet, man. Science is not there yet.
We're
But dude,
now at the age of-
how cool would it be if we were the funny ones? We had the dicks and we gave birth to the children. And they were just dumb holes that, fighting each other to the death over uh, copying makeup choices or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the
what
biggest
they do.
lie, probably the biggest lie ever told was this chick is funny, right? That is automatically, if you ever tell me that some chick is funny, right? I immediately am like, oh, that's a lie. That is
There
100% lie.
Look,
the
I agree with the meme, but for some reason I'm being very democratic tonight. There are 100% funny women out there right now.
That's a lie. What
No,
Amy
there are.
Schumer? What do you think?
No.
What Amy Schumer's funny?
No fucking what's his name's wife? Oh, fuck, I can't remember her name.
Tom Segura's wife.
No, not that stupid bitch.
Not
She's
yeah,
all right
not
though.
not Christina P.
No, he's like fucking. He's an old. Nah, I keep wanting to say Ricky Gervais. It's not. That's a British fucking comedian. He's not that old.
Not, I mean, not
I
Ti-
was
not
joking.
Tina
There
Fey.
are
Of
definitely
course
funny
there are.
women.
Of course there are. And
Of course
I'm
there are.
sorry. I should have leaned into it.
Chrissy Mayer is fucking hilarious. Okay,
Meh.
I think she's hilarious.
Well, she can take a joke, and that's especially important for women. That's
Yeah.
part of what makes them funny is to be able to be made fun of. You know, take
I
a
will
joke.
tell you, I will tell you this: the women, and I mean, I suppose the same could be said for men, but the women who are funniest are the ones who don't like try super hard to be funny either.
Yeah,
Like,
it's Rich Voss. It's Rich Voss's wife, and it's funny because when you type in Rich Voss into Google, at least on my phone, it comes up the first thing that pops up on the recommended is Rich Voss's wife, who is Bonnie McFarlane, and I heard her on Come Down
oh
Along.
yeah,
I heard her a
her,
long time ago.
her.
She's fucking awesome. She's very funny.
Yeah,
But
but
that's
yeah,
literally
but Bonnie
I'm like
McFarlane
women are funny, and
also.
I had one pull.
Well, I mean, Bonnie McFarlane and Julia Louis Dreyfus from Seinfeld, but again, those two have been around forever, in the comedy scene.
Yeah, I don't know which. I mean, I've
You
seen some of
know,
her stand up
like
and podcast appearances, and she's quick and she's funny.
so.
Yeah.
We
Anyway.
had we used to have some pretty funny women in our little group.
Oh yeah, we still
Apex.
do.
Yeah, yeah, on occasion. So
Shots fired.
I only say that because the ones that are funny don't really tend to show up much anymore.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, speaking of people who think they're funny, oh, by the way, Apex Hoax Wars says hello. I got to speak to him last night.
You did?
He was live on YouTube last
Oh,
night.
were you in chat or did you actually talk to him?
I was in chat in the beginning, and then he opened up the StreamYard hangout or whatever it was, and I got to
Oh,
talk to him,
son of a
um
bitch. I
and I
fucking love
guess
that kid.
and and so he filled me in on the latest
Yes, I
Owen
actually want to.
versus
I want to talk about
Owen
that.
versus Ralph drama.
Yeah, because I know
Um,
nothing. I only saw a couple of tweets because Ralph does not have my Based Hobbs account blocked, and he's one of the few people that I have like. Actually, he's the only person I have notifications for set on that account. So like I
yeah,
see everything he tweets. Um, unfortunately,
yeah.
but yeah, I saw that. Go ahead.
Um, yeah. Phil, just out of curiosity, do you know anything about Ethan Ralph? Or I know I filled you in about the whole Owen Benjamin saga, but do you know anything
Phil's
about
been on here
Ethan
for
Ralph?
years. He better know about Owen Benjamin.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, now apparently I was meaning to tell you about that because we've been talking back and forth about Owen Benjamin for quite a bit. Apparently apparently him and Anthony Cumia have some freaking like little back and forth going on or whatever.
Owen's got some back and forth
Yeah,
with everybody. That's
Yeah.
how he maintains
But
relevancy.
I noticed, like, as I was watching a video, and he was saying something like Anthony Cumia was the reason that like CPS was called on his kids or some shit. Like,
yeah. That was he's now blaming Anthony Cumia for like sending because I guess Owen and Amy got like I guess they got swatted
mhm.
yet again, which by their definition means that CPS visited them, and now he's blaming Anthony Cumia for it, and like he's starting to sue Compound Media, which good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. Like he's a weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo.
But
I- That's funny.
and I and I and I guess now he's getting into a fight with Ethan Ralph um because Owen called Dick Masterson a pedophile on Gab, and Ralph got into it with him, and then um long story short, uh Owen called Ralph a deadbeat dad. Um Ralph then called Owen schizophrenic. And it just went back and forth. The funny thing about that is both of them are correct about each other.
Yeah.
Ethan
Yeah.
Ralph is a deadbeat dad, and yes, Owen is a schizophrenic. But it's funny because I actually have a clip of
Oh,
Ethan. So Ethan Ralph's newest thing is he is stream sniping Owen when Owen live streams.
damn, that sounds familiar.
He's become the redneck John Arcade.
Dude, no,
And
he's only like 3 years late. That's the thing. Ethan Ralph, this is like the core of his being. You know, he stumbles into this shit. There's people with all kinds of lore, shit he could learn from, people he could learn from, but he stumbles onto a thing and he's like, this is my fucking thing. I found, look at this. Look at this guy I found, guys. Nobody's ever heard of him. I'm just assuming at this point, I don't know.
and yes, Sandwich. I am gonna stream it. Mark my words. I'm
Mark your
definitely
words for
gonna
what?
stream. Well, what Sandwich just messaged me and said stream the clip of
Ooh.
Ralph watching Owen. And
Ooh, we've got a vicious man in the chat. Hello, sir.
we do. The vicious man sent $25 earlier.
Jesus
and,
fucking
and it's
Christ,
and,
man. You're gonna have
Damn.
to start
and
paying
it's
me,
his
Sam.
and it's his dog. I'll
Holy
pay
fucking
you.
shit. And Starshine's in the chat too. Hello, Starshine,
I
my
I
old friend.
well I definitely I'll pay you more than Ethan paid Gator. I promise you that. So once
No,
we
you
get
won't. You need to
more.
make more money first, buddy.
Well, yeah, that's what. So please pay me so I can pay my assistant.
Yeah, the one that just gets drunk and stoned and doesn't, loses his train of thought half the fucking time. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Th-
Don't pay,
That
do
that's
not pay me
that's
ever.
that's
But
not
pay Sam,
true.
please. It's not true. It's not fucking true. Anyway, show this clip, man. What do you got?
All right, so let me. All right.
Ba-ba-da-ba, got the Indiana Jones theme in my head for some reason.
Great movie. Great movie.
Oh, it's a shit. It's actually a shitty ass movie, but it's a fun watch.
Well, the first one was good. Not sure
it's
about
not.
the.
It's not a
Not
good.
sure about
It's
the
not
other
actually a
two.
good movie. Come on, man. It's fun, but it's not really a good movie.
Oh, you know what movie I saw that was total shit? It was like Live Free or Die Hard. It was like I think it was the last Die Hard.
Yeah, with John McClane and his son, right? With
Oh
like
my
the
god,
fire sale.
where the guy where Bruce Willis is sliding on McAdam to get away from the fucking. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's not.
There's the fight in the Ford Expedition or Ford Explorer or whatever in the elevator shaft.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the ending, he shoots through the hole in his
Yeah, in his fucking shoulder. Jeez, that's
like,
the dumbest fucking thing. It's so awesome though, dude. I love it. I love that shit. It's still
Yeah,
dumb, but I love it.
the hey, look, those B movies, they're so bad. They're
Bro,
good.
that was a AAA. That they spent fucking tens
no,
of millions of dollars.
they spent a shit ton on that movie.
Yeah.
This wasn't no like Steven Seagal shit. Like they fucking paid top dollar for this fucking. It was out in theaters and shit. I don't know.
I mean, look, it would have been just as badass if there was no hole in his shoulder. Excuse me, and he put the gun. You know what I mean? And just shot through himself anyway. Shot through what he knew was a non-vital area to hit a vital area on the bad guy behind him. You know. I'm gonna shoot myself to shoot you. Yeah, that's fucking John McClane, bitch. I guess I don't know. I mean, Sammy, what the fuck? There we go.
Alrighty. All right. So here's just a clip of Ethan watching Owen.
Wigger wins.
So yeah.
Nice. That's cute.
Can you hear the audio of this?
I can't. It's not even moving for me.
Can anyone hear this?
No.
Mm-mm.
Negatory.
Okay then. Okay, let me. Okay, let me.
Bye, Phil.
Did Phil just dip?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then. We love Phil. He does tend to dip though. After. All right. So let's try this again. Share tab audio. Yes.
You know what? I bet I can do this faster.
Do you want me to just send you the link?
Yeah, we'll try it on my literally 13-year-old laptop. I bet you it'll work better than whatever the fuck you got going on.
Let me.
Twitter DM.
Oh,
if you can.
Oh, he's back. All right. Let me see. Phil just joined again, and I'm
victory. Victory. I'm Joe Biden. Ladies and gentlemen of America, Fuck, I don't know enough about what I don't know. I don't pay attention to what he says.
No one really knows.
Yeah, but if I actually watched his press conferences and shit, I love doing voices. I'm not good at doing them here on air, like under the spotlight, but
Back
I
at
have
last.
have a real good time doing them to myself.
Well, I mean, nobody likes.
Where did you send me that link? In Discord
I sent
or
it to your Twitter.
Yoop.
I can send it to your Discord.
I got it. Okie dokie. 15 minutes. Is there a timestamp?
No, just start it from the beginning. I was watching earlier, so for some reason when I had it pulled up earlier in the day, that was where I paused it. So
Okay. I can't go full screen because my computer will
that's fine.
die. So, boom. Can you guys see me?
Okay. Yeah, we can see now.
Let me close the Whitfield report so that doesn't start playing. Okay. Can you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. What the fuck?
Holy shit. Oh, face.
What?
Oh yeah, we didn't forget about you, Owen. I made a promise to you too, buddy. You fucking with me and my friends, I didn't like that. I didn't like that, bitch.
Hold on. This is on a YouTube channel called Gamma Rama.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I found it on the Owen subreddit.
Jesus Christ. My name is being dragged through the dirt.
Yeah, I didn't like that, Owen.
I've had a lifestyle that in the past that probably resembled a gay lifestyle. I've never done gay shit.
Wait. Did we play this last night? I don't remember. We need to play it again, though.
I've had a lifestyle that in the past that probably resembled a gay lifestyle. I've never done gay shit with a dude except for room wax. There have been times when me and my buddies tried to figure out how to whack off together.
Jesus Christ, dude, this is...
used to have little kids suck his dick. I've never had a dude blow me since I was a very small child.
Also, Gameplay actually censored this video so we could play it.
I swear to God, I'm in a time machine right now.
Dude.
Me too.
Straight men don't talk like this. No, they don't. Come on, man. I feel like bite. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Come on, man.
I trying to figure out how to whack off together. The priest I grew up with used to have little kids suck his dick. I've never had a dude blow me since I was a very small
I love
child.
that this is all new to
I've never,
Ralph
as an
too.
adult,
I know. Yeah,
touched
it's amazing.
a man sexually. He's like, oh, so you admit? I go, yeah, I was molested as a kid before. I tried being gay out once. You know, I tried it out. I wanted to see if I was gay.
I'm pretty sure he's watching a John Arcade clip too.
Yeah.
It didn't work out though. You know, a lot of it had to do with the age difference. You know, I was 8, he was 70. When I was a kid, the world was so perverse and upside down and disgusting that I thought dudes all whacked off together. My whole town thought that.
No, they didn't. Your whole town did not think that, Owen.
Bro, he's bad at the Owen watching. I'm just going to say
Your
that.
average Ralph.
Yeah.
Like, I know some kind of, I still call them gay guys, but a guy that like banged a dude or something and then...
Well, isn't this what he does for all of his stream now? Is just watch stuff?
That sounds like
Yeah, and actually, I have a funny story about what Owen just said right there. That clip where he's like, "You don't have a friend in Hollywood that like he like banged a dude one time, and now all of a sudden he's like gay, and he like seems really nervous." And Johnny Arcade pointed out instantly, like he has so many other things.
Yeah.
But I what was it? Oh, fucking Stav in one of the Cumtown episodes brings up Owen Benjamin, and then in a different Cumtown episode says almost exactly the same thing that Owen says. It's one of the foremost video projects that I actually want to do. I want to refine those Stavros clips, and then that clip from Owen, and put them together because they know each other. They're friends. Owen and Stavros are friends.
Yeah, but the whole thing with Come Town, the whole bit is that they're all straight guys that like pretend to be gay, right? And
Well,
that
no,
makes it.
no. I mean, Stav is not on Cumtown anymore. First of all, he
Well, yeah,
quit.
I know that. Didn't the podcast end because
No, no.
he?
They're doing the Adam Friedland show now,
Oh, okay.
which is significantly funnier, to be honest with you. It doesn't have the Stavros laugh track, which is obnoxious most of the time anyway. But yeah, no. The point that I'm making is it lines up timeline wise and everything. I want to look up the dates and shit. I don't know who fucked the dude first, but I feel like Owen and Stavros had that conversation, and that's who he's talking about. Stavros, and Stavros is talking about Owen. They say the same thing. I got a friend, he like fucked a dude, and now everybody thinks he's gay. Like, is he just gay now? you know,
I kind of thought that Owen was always talking about himself
of course, and he
when he
was,
said the
and he probably was, is what I'm saying,
yeah.
and that's what I get from. Anyway,
That's
it
what you
doesn't
get from
matter.
Stabby too.
Yeah, that's what I get from like witnessing both of them throughout time. Jesus Christ, we're not gonna watch this
Yeah.
whole 15 fucking minute video, right? I just saw Hoax Wars. We're gonna
We
we're gonna
don't
we're gonna skip to 7:58 where I see the
we
Hoax
don't
Wars. What?
we don't have to. What's funny to me is like watching Ralph watch Owen and be like, this guy is certifiably insane.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean,
after all the stuff that like Ethan Ralph has done, that's insane. You know that's like just as I don't know that sort of like irony, I guess, is what's funny to me. So
all right, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit. Fuck it.
sure.
I mean, this appears to be the smoking gun, ladies and gentlemen. Sounds like the smoking gun to me. I don't think it's edited.
Oh,
No, I don't.
I went.
Whole week at a gay bar. We did. Remember that? Almost the entire week. We've hit some gay bars in LA and done pretty well for ourselves.
Oh, dude, I've heard all of this.
Yeah, because dudes will
It's not.
Oh yeah, we all have.
Clip in there. It's not.
Yeah, I forgot how bad Ethan Ralph is at like reaction videos.
He sucks, dude. He sucks at everything. Yeah, I'm done. We're not watching this anymore. We're gonna talk about something else. How do I stop sharing? There we go.
No, but I was just gonna say the funny is I mean Ralph took too long to get there, but at one point when I was watching it, he Ralph was saying, and like slurring his words and whatnot. He was like, "Man, this Owen Benjamin guy is crazy."
Yeah,
Yeah.
at one point, it was like, and when he took the shot at Sammy, that was like one thing, but like, and it made it very easy for me to make fun of him and shit, and how his like. But now I'm at the point where I feel sorry for him, like I don't know, like because I feel like he is mentally like there's a mental instability there, and
Yeah.
then
Well,
almost
Yeah.
there's like a guilty feeling now when it comes to like
Well, the thing that I want to know is, and I asked Hoax Wars this last night when I was on his stream, but I'm like, who exactly, uh, who exactly is supporting Owen now? Like, I'm
it's
curious
a revolving
because,
door. It's a revolving door. It always was.
well, well, yeah, but like we've been gone for a while, but like, even Semper and Sauce and like all those, guys who, came after us, like
Yeah.
they've been out for like, like everyone who like found our channels through Owen, right? Like they used to all watch Owen, and then they found us, because of that. Like everyone's everyone's gone, and so now like the bottom of the barrel is just kind of the ones that are like there really aren't any original members of the Bears anymore. So
No, no, and there's not even any of the original, shit talkers. Johnny's had like 7 channels banned. I had 2 channels banned. I've got a bunch of shit on my phone still, but none of it's really good. Most of it's still
right,
available in other places, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing anything special. I never, I always said my whole point was just adding like a megaphone to Johnny's megaphone, you know, to make
yeah,
more clips to invade the algorithm and shit. And I mean, that was kind of short sighted, but yeah, I don't know. It's not. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
well, I mean, like, even John Arcade is still active, but I mean, John Arcade is more or less doing what we're doing now, which is like making fun of Biden's,
Yeah, he's beyond.
crusty
He's
old,
past all that shit. Yeah.
ass. So,
Well,
um,
I was gonna say the truth of the matter, the unfortunate truth is Owen is living, aside from his internet presence, he is literally living a better life than all 3 of us combined.
mm-hmm.
Like literally, and it's only gotten better since we were making fun of him. Like all the shit that that's another consistent thing in my videos that I'd make fun of him. I'm like, the whole problem that I had was he is right about a lot of this, but the way he is framing it, and it's dangerous to some degree to a lot of
Well,
people.
yeah,
he had that other shit there. He's had some scams too. Like he had that
Oh
the
yeah, no,
the
tons of scams.
$400 scam and shit like that, where he was like, oh, I'm gonna build this place and you can fucking show all you need is just
Yep.
$400 or something like that. Well, fucking real fucked shit.
Yeah, he made a shitload of money off of his supporters on the premise of having like a campground effectively
Mm-hmm.
for people to come to. That he's
yeah,
he's
no,
reneged on like 2 or 3 times now. He's gotten donations for
yeah.
that more than once and pulled back on it more than once.
Well, I mean, I think what you're getting at, Apex, and I mean, even Johnny, like we've all admitted that, like when it comes to being, you know, prepared and like self-sufficient and like having your own land
Yeah,
and whatnot, like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Owen's right about all of that. And if it were just that, no one would have a problem. But he does the thing of, everyone should be self-sufficient and like have their own gardens, have their own land, and get out of the city. Oh, by the way, I'm building this campground for you all, to come here. And if you would like to be self-sufficient and whatnot,
Yeah.
please send me 400. Yeah, so it's that type of thing. Like he starts out with a good premise,
It
right?
always was, right. Yeah.
But then he always attaches his schemes you know, his to his message.
No,
So
he's quite literally the most honest liar that I've ever seen on the internet.
yeah.
He tells you exactly what the fuck he's doing. I was talking about this with Hoax Wars the last time I spoke to him, which was just a couple of weeks ago. Excuse me, sorry guys. And I was saying the same thing, or he was pointing it out. He's like, "Is he not a fucking master of of his craft? Can he not be like of all the shit we talk? Can we not say that this dude is good at what he's doing?
Yeah.
He fucking for
No,
sure is."
when I talked to Hoax Wars last night, he was like, "So how come you're not following Owen regularly anymore?" And I told him, I said, well, be honest, Hoax. I said, Owen has become like Ethan Ralph in the sense that like it's just never ending. There's
And we were there
it
4 years ago, 5 years ago.
yeah, we were there almost 5 years ago. Like everything everything that's been said at Owen, like on my end and on Owen, has largely been already been said. I find it funny that he's now arguing with Ethan Ralph because Ralph is just as much of a degenerate, even more so in some ways than Owen is. But it's funny that their paths have finally crossed after all this time. So, but I suppose that was bound to happen, um, eventually. So, um, and I guess they were going to beef, but then uh, Owen threw Coddington under the bus and said to Ralph, "Oh, it was Coddington who made fun of you, not me," on Gab. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's all gay shit, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't know. I feel bad. I definitely feel bad now, and it's not like, and I know that, like, yeah, he like, yeah, he has a really good life. Like, he's living a pretty good life considering. But I'm like, that's uh, that still has to suck. Like, I would I would much rather be where I'm at right now than have all the money in the world and be fucking nutty. Like, I don't know if I could digest that one. Like, being that fucking crazy. Like, to have,
yeah.
I don't know. I just like, even I'm like, I'm okay. I'm doing okay, but like, but I'm grateful that I have the ability to, like, you know, I have this general understanding, and I can communicate with people. And, some people think I'm funny, I mean, you got your onesies
Well,
and twosies that think I'm funny, so all in all, it's not that bad of a deal. Like, whereas, I mean, they think, some people think Owen Benjamin's funny. He used to be really funny, and like, but like, he's off the deep end. Like, I don't, should he really have children? Like, should he really be taking care of children at that freaking, at that stage? I don't
well, I
know.
well, I wasn't aware. I wasn't even aware of this, but like I think it's been 2 years since we've roughly covered. Since we've roughly covered. Oh, and at least for me it has, and I guess he's had two more children since the last time
Shit.
we tuned into him. So like he has now four kids now, I guess. So
Well, I
I mean,
mean, I mean, look, most of the people in this country are already nuts. I mean, what's a couple more, right?
Yeah, well, I mean that's the whole thing too. Is like I think initially his wife only wanted like 2 kids, but now they have 4. So,
Well,
eh,
he probably holds her hostage like fucking uh what's it, Arian Castro or some shit? Yeah, you know. Probably fucking
yeah,
locks her in the basement and shit. You go have my kids, god damn it.
something like that. I don't. Yeah, but yeah, I was kind of hoping that he and Ralph would seriously be for a while, but I guess they're not. And I was just Apex is more into the Ethan Ralph lore than at least in terms of the history than I am.
Oh,
So
I listened to the kill stream before I found Owen.
yeah,
Not long before I found Owen, but pretty close.
so no, I mean I was just I was I was just kind of curious, like, what do you think an Ethan Ralph versus Owen, feud would look like? How do you because like I could picture like Ethan swatting Owen, but then Owen just sends one of his crazy cult members to Ralph's house or something
Well,
like
no, and I
that.
told you,
So
like I'll tell the audience right now, as well as Phil, that I think what I think is going on is the same thing that happened with ROTC, 3 years ago, which was Ralph's going to continue making content about Owen. Owen's going to continue making content about Ralph, and they're in communication in some way, shape, or form, in in between, and they're, if not coordinating their efforts, they're at least in cahoots to make as much money as they can.
it,
Look, it's content for both of them. Ralph's a degenerate. Owen claims this high family, super, uh, pure arc that he's claiming,
yeah,
which is perfect for Ralph the degenerate to be like, look at this fucking retard, blah blah blah. He's a psychopath. It's a perfect, it's a perfect dynamic. It's a perfect back and
so
forth. If
yeah,
either of
so
them have a brain, that's what they're doing.
it's just pro wrestling. It's they're each other's villain of the week then, I guess. So,
Yeah, I mean,
but
that makes
That's just
sense.
my thought.
Hey,
yeah,
if it
There's
happened,
no
I would
proof of
not be
that.
surprised.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, it proved to happen with ROTC, but only after the fact. Like they eventually were like, yeah, we love Owen. He made us a shit ton of money. While during their coverage of him, they were just the same shit that Ralph's saying. This fucking, look at this lunatic. Everybody look and point and laugh.
yeah.
So it's easy
Well,
to
I
do.
mean that's true. I think the one key difference, at least from my understanding, is that like ROTC was relatively unknown prior to Owen, and then Owen was what made them famous, whereas Ralph got famous because of Gamergate and everything, and then he kind of spiraled into obscurity and now just beefs with everyone to try and remain relevant. That's kind of my read on Ralph, at least.
No, no, he's just a fat retard who strives for engagement, but he's not above what I was suggesting. Communicating.
Oh,
He
oh
knows
no,
the deal.
oh no, I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying that, like, he's more famous on this side of the internet than Owen initially was at one point, I guess. So, but anyway, I feel like we had one more story, but I can't think of what it was. Any of you gentlemen have anything else, or I
Um
I don't know where Akaba is. So we We
Well,
can't
fuck.
do.
Well, fuck Akiba. I'll tell you what I did see, gaming news wise. I saw that the new Zelda game is going to be releasing. They had a new trailer for that, folks. Did you see that? That's good stuff.
It
Oh,
looked
Ah,
good. It did look good. Well, I
it
mean, I
does
don't know.
look good.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know if that's like the
Actual gameplay. I saw actual
yeah.
gameplay. A bunch of falling, like floating, islands and shit. New mechanics. We don't know shit about the weapon degradation or whatever what you know what I'm saying. That's the worst part. That is the worst part about Breath of the Wild is the weapon degrade. You know how weapons break. But it's not.
yeah.
Personally, it's not even that bad. I don't even mind it that much. You can find there's a ton of weapons. You know, but
Um,
yeah, I'm excited. It's. I have a Triforce on the back of window of my car. I wear a Zelda pin at work. It's my favorite game series of all time, and I really liked Breath of the Wild. So,
yeah. Um,
well,
yeah.
wait, hold
Breath of the
on.
Wild
God of
was.
War,
Oh
God of
God!
War,
Oh
God of War
God of
might be
War
my
was.
actual favorite series. The early
I
versions.
I heard that they're going to make that's like the next series that they're going to make like a Netflix series.
Oh Jesus
Uh,
fucking Christ! You have to be kidding me.
well, I mean, right now it's just
No,
rumor, and
no,
right
no.
now it's just rumor, and I hope it stays that way.
You know what's
Um,
funny? If they do it right, they have to put a black guy in whiteface.
oh yeah,
They
oh
do.
yeah,
That's a
that's right.
fact.
Yeah.
They absolutely have to do that to stick with canon. And you know what? They probably won't do that. They'll just put the tattoo on a black guy. You know, a jacked black
Yeah,
guy.
no, they well heck, they don't stick to canon for anything nowadays because the Little Mermaid is no longer a ginger. I- She's like black-ish or something.
Little
So,
Mermaid. No,
yeah.
she's black as shit. She's black as shit. And she's not cute. Her eyes are like she looks like a fish, kind of.
Which
Her eyes are really far apart.
well, I mean, mermaid are mermaids? I can't speak. Are mermaids fish? I can't.
No, they're not fish. They're
I
people.
just
Remember, if
I
they just
just
get kissed by a handsome man, they turn into women.
I
Redheadeds by
just don't
that.
like I just don't like that these fucking movies are even being remade. Like there was nothing wrong with the cartoon version of the Little Mermaid, like the original Little Mermaid. There's nothing wrong with it. Like why? Why are you gonna fucking remake some shit? And it's like, I mean, I don't give a shit what the remake is, and whether it's a fucking, whether Ariel's black, white, purple with blue polka dots. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. I'm like, why the fuck are you even making this damn remake? Like, it doesn't even need to be made. That
Well,
that that the original is a timeless classic.
I think they remake shit now because they have
Money.
no.
I don't. I don't.
Not even so
No,
much that they've run out of ideas for
I don't
shit
Yeah,
to
think
that,
that's
do.
it. I don't think that's it at all. I think it's on. I genuinely think it's on purpose. They're trying to It's. It may
Well, yeah,
sound like
that
tin
too.
tin foil, but it genuinely seems like an effort to stifle original idea and rewrite what everyone alive already knows for narratives
Yeah.
we all can imagine and guess and have speculated probably already.
Well, it is interesting that you bring that up though because as the critical drinker pointed out a few weeks ago in one of his videos, they have like a new Warner Brothers had like a new like woke Batgirl movie that was like supposed to come out, where it was like a black lesbian woman. The film was like shot and finished and everything and ready to be released, but it tested so horribly that like instead of doing like reshoots and whatnot, Warner Brothers was like, yeah, we're just gonna shelf this completely. So it must have been bad if if they shelved like a complete movie. So
They do that all the time. You remember Wild Wild West with Will Smith and what's his name back in the 90s?
oh yeah,
Black Pill. Phil.
with Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No, it
the
wasn't
one.
Owen Will. That was
Wait,
not Owen
was it?
Wilson.
Wasn't it?
It was not Owen Wilson. It was
Well, Selma
I-
Hayek was in it.
Salma Hayek was definitely in it, but the
Yeah.
spider in that movie, at least as far as I understand, originated in like a completely different movie, and some producer just like held on to the idea of like a mechanical spider that it ended up in that movie. So I can't remember why I
Oh
brought that
right,
point up.
right. I I think yeah. I think there was supposed to like a Superman
Kevin
movie with
Kline.
like
It was Kevin
Oh.
Kline.
Oh.
oh wow, Kevin Kline. I haven't heard his name in forever.
Well, now you just did, you crippled bitch. Are we ending the show or what? No, we don't
I
have to.
guess we can.
We don't have to. I'm just
mean-
fucking
I just-
kidding. You know, just doing my old trope.
I just I couldn't think of. I mean, I suppose that you could go and Phil and I could talk wrestling for a bit, even though you think that's gay as shit. So, but
Someone called
Yeah, fair.
Bailing in the Wild Wild West.
Bailing? What the?
Bailing. It's a white girl.
Yeah.
It's a straight up white girl named Bailing.
yeah,
Oh no, she's not. Never mind.
Bailing. Isn't
She's
that the
Asian
fucking?
as fuck.
Yeah, no.
She is
I thought
Asian
that was
as
the
fuck.
Asian. That was the Asian girl on the
Miss
Crow.
East. Yeah, she's Miss East is in
Yeah.
the movie. Yeah. Rita Escobar is Selma Hayek's character.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
She's hot as fuck still, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
They're vampires,
oh yeah,
I swear to God.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah,
that-
literally.
what was it? From Dusk Till Dawn. Oh.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Oh,
God,
yeah.
don't even get me started.
Did you? Speaking of
Sex
vampires with shows, did you hear that Hillary Clinton now has a show, Apex?
I did not.
Apparently she has a show on Apple TV, and like it's horrible, but all the parodies of it are
Dude,
hilarious.
Do you remember like a year and a half ago when iHeartRadio did something that I commented on, and then it automatically was posting shit on my timeline about Hillary Clinton's podcast? Do you remember that? You commented
yeah.
on yeah. I mean, it maybe wasn't that long ago, but it was at least a year ago.
No, I remember I remember exactly what that was because Hillary
Well, that
Clinton was doing
didn't go far, is my point.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Hillary was doing a podcast and it was scripted, and you and I had I had the idea and you just went along with it to listen to like the first 15 minutes of Hillary's podcast, and then afterwards it started spamming. iHeart started spamming like a whole bunch of shit about it
Uh-huh.
on
Yeah. I like
On
I have
both our
this compulsive
profiles.
habit. I have this compulsive habit when I scroll through my Twitter timeline of just literally liking almost everything. If it's not obviously an ad, I almost certainly will like it and just keep scrolling because, I like to boost my friends. But I don't even pay attention half the time. And that was one of those
That-
times where I hit the like button and then immediately I got a fucking retweet or like a something that was like, oh, fucking Hillary Clinton's fucking podcast. Brr, 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 brr. And yeah,
That
it
ac-
was good.
that actually happened to me tonight, actually, because I saw this random meme on Twitter, and it was a picture of a Native American
Crying because
guy.
of litter.
No,
Oh,
well,
good.
no, it was a picture of a Native American guy, and he was wearing a Washington Redskins style jersey,
Oh, the
but
Caucasians. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's an
and
old that's an
yeah,
old shirt. I love that.
Hmm.
I love that picture.
I think it's
yeah,
funny.
It's
well,
fucking
yeah,
awesome.
and
I would wear that
yeah,
shirt.
Yeah.
well, no, it was funny. So I quote tweeted it and said, as the whitest guy you know, I find this fucking hilarious. So I tweeted that, and then like almost immediately after I did, like I started getting all these like bot profiles or something that was like, you can buy that exact shirt here, follow this link, and
Ah, nice.
it was just like 7 of those, and I'm like, okay, I was just tweeting a meme, but you know, go
Nice.
ahead, go ahead and show your Teespring store. Why?
Oh
Why
yeah,
don't?
dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's all
So
about, man. The internet's fake. It's all make believe.
Mm-mm.
I
Anyway, I
mean,
gotta pee real
I
bad, so I'll be right back, guys.
yeah. Uh. So
But
anyway, well, Apex is uh pissing. Uh. What's the way you keep more into the wrestling stuff than I
the odd,
than
yeah.
I do.
So what? Okay, so the crown. What is it? The crown jewel, right? That's like the next pay per view that's coming up. They've set up Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul.
Oh,
That,
oh God.
yeah, yeah. It's just like it's just ridiculous. Like I mean, it's supposed to draw because I guess yeah, it is Saudi Arabia. They don't even do any good real match. They don't even do any good real matches for these Saudi Arabia pay per views. I think it's just like one of
How
those.
much? How much are the wrestling pay-per-views now? Like,
Well, I don't.
are,
I have Xfinity, so I get all of them for free. Pretty much like
oh,
they're
okay,
included. Like they because I think the WWE has like a broadcasting deal with NBC Universal,
right,
um
right.
but yeah, I'm like I know I pay for the AEW pay-per-views and they're like $50 a piece.
Oh, oh shit. Yeah, that's not cheap.
That is not cheap. I will pay. I wouldn't I would not pay for a WWE pay-per-view. Like if this shit was if it wasn't free, I wouldn't be watching the pay-per-views. Like whereas AEW, I will pay to see that because that's always a good show. Like those AEW pay-per-views are always a good show.
I'm so cheap. I just
Yeah,
watch the clips on YouTube.
I
Mostly.
I ain't mad at you. Like I just don't like for WWE. I mean, it's making improvements since Vince left, but it's still nowhere close as far as
Yeah, I
talent,
just
as far as uh, storylines, as far as just all overall entertainment. Like the AEW just provides way more
yeah,
watchable entertainment right now.
yeah.
I mean,
Welcome,
it's
welcome back, Gala.
so yeah.
Are you
I just
fucking queers talking about wrestling? For real?
look, Zelina Vega has her had her Instagram like she's been posting pics of her Instagram. Oh my God, she is fine as hell. She is absolutely fine. Most of the time when we talk, look, most of the time when we talk about professional wrestling, we talk about the girls in professional wrestling. And there's some hot ones. There are some hot ones. Holy God.
Okay, well, I have a counter argument for you fucking homos.
Okay.
During one of the bare knuckle fighting championship, which I'm not a huge fan of, Ty Emery knocked out her opponent, and I'm gonna show you guys her celebration. Let me know when you can see this.
Oh, is that the one where she flashed the
Shut
crowd?
your fucking mouth! Don't you fucking spoil it.
Too late.
Hold on.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, let's go. We're gonna watch
doesn't
this.
she has an OnlyFans too, right?
Yeah, and it exploded by like 100,000%.
Joel Kwong. Welcome to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Ty Emery.
Interesting celebration right there by Ty Emery.
Let's watch her knockout.
Look at that uppercut
ouch.
right there.
Ouch. Oh my goodness.
Interesting celebration there.
Interesting celebration there, folks. Sam, by the way, that was on YouTube. We provided commentary. You should be fine.
Yeah, no, I know.
It was so
Hell yeah, dude.
great, good, clean family fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I know,
that's better. That's better than wrestling, is my point.
Well, that only happens like once.
It
Okay.
has literally only ever happened. I never even considered that it could happen in all of the female like mixed martial arts fights that I've seen in all of my years. Like it literally never even like crossed my mind. You know? So good for her.
Well, I remember when I remember like 10 years ago, all of the super like ultra conservative, what would become the MAG crowd, they were like obsessed with Ronda Rousey, and I have no idea, I have no idea why, but like I think it was because she like voted for Romney or something like that, and they were all about that or something. But
She was kind of
and then
she was kind of cute, and she could literally beat the shit out of a lot of men. There's like a lot of men that she could probably beat up. Like, I mean, so there's a little bit of that, I guess. I mean, that's kind of hot, but like,
well, maybe. But then I also remember like Nick DiPaolo made the joke on Anthony Cumia's show that he could just kick her in the shins and she'd go.
yeah. But then her fucking boyfriend Hoppa Brown could like beat the shit out of him at will. Like, yeah, again, like I look, and I actually met Travis Brown when I was in Hawaii, because like he had trained in Hawaii while I was down there. Boy, that dude is tall as fuck, man. Never did I feel such like a tiny piece of shit than when I standed next to that man. Like that was.
Who haven't time out?
Well said.
Who haven't you met though? Like I remember I was talking to you on Discord a few nights ago. And you were like,
he's
yeah,
just
I met
doing
Joe
that brag
Rogan.
shit. Yeah, he's doing that brag shit
like,
that all the
the
bros do. You know.
No, I mean, I've traveled the fucking world, okay? I've traveled the world and I've done drugs, okay? You tend to meet a lot of cool people, okay? When you do those two things, you tend to meet quite a few interesting people.
Listen, mate, I've traveled the world and I've done lots of drugs, all right?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You meet lots of cool people.
No, but no, like MMA is huge out in Hawaii. Like it is a
I know
fucking deal. And
dude, yeah,
Samoans doing the haka and shit. Oh wait, that's
well, I mean,
it's a different country. Never mind.
I'll tell you what. Some of my favorite MMA events that I've gone to were Hawaiian MMA events, like because it'd just be like Samoans beating the shit out of each other, and it's like crazy because they don't ever knock out. They're never gonna knock out.
No, they got thick necks, man. Yeah, they got thick necks.
Yeah, but they always try to knock each other out. That's like the thing, and they never can do it. But it's like they do it anyway. It's fucking great.
Wasn't there like, or no, it was goddamn Apex, are you eating chips on stream again? Again, but
No, I'm eating cereal
No.
this time.
But yeah, like yeah, he's
damn,
incredible.
right into the mic.
Corn pops, actually.
Corn pops. That's racist. Corn pops.
No. He's not pulling a blade out on me, dude. I'm eating corn pops, the cereal.
Not
Not Joe Biden's friend.
I don't know if you guys saw the documentary for Manti Te'o, that Notre Dame player that had like the girlfriend that wasn't a girlfriend.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's been the top of my list, man. I watched it twice. No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry.
No, it's interesting. So Manti Te'o, he was this high school.
Hold on. What's his name?
Manti Te'o.
Okay. Manti Te'o. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So he's a Hawaiian football player that played college football at Notre Dame, and he's a linebacker, right? So he had this online relationship. It was basically they never met in person. They never and so he fought they tell him that his girlfriend dies in some fucking was of some cancer or some whatever, and then so he in his senior year he dedicates his whole year to this dead girlfriend of his, right? And so he plays his balls off, right? And he's he's nominated for the Heisman. He's slated to go in the first round. And then right before the combine, where the college football players perform to eventually get drafted, right before this story comes out about how this guy's girlfriend is actually a dude, and none of it was real. None of the shit was real. And it is totally, I'm telling you the story.
He got catfished, basically.
Yes, he got catfished. I'm
Wait, was he fucking this dude?
No, he never met this person.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, goddamn. The internet's fake. We already talked about this, guys.
It is. Yeah. So one of his friends, one of his Samoan friends in Hawaii, made this Facebook profile of somebody else, some hot Hawaiian chick, and basically said, and was basically hitting on Manti, and that's how it came to be. But it's fucked, right?
That is fucked up, but that is also a hilarious prank.
That's awesome. It's kind of awesome, to be honest with you.
But there's questions for me. There was questions even after watching that, I was like, well, wait. So you claim to be in a relationship with this woman, and you didn't even fucking meet her?
Yeah,
it's
very gay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna say, look, I'm talking to somebody, or I'm I'm trying to get with this one chick or whatever, that'd be one thing. But you're saying you're in a relationship with somebody, you need to at least meet them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you need.
Yeah.
I think you need to be fucking them too. But look, at least you need to meet them, right? So
well, listen. I mean, I've been in like online relationships before, but I mean, like at some point, like you've got to FaceTime them or Skype them or
Yeah. No
something.
FaceTime, no nothing. No FaceTime, no
Yeah,
nothing. It was just odd. Like,
yeah, like that's ridiculous.
and how did you
So,
get? How did like if he would have, if this dude would have done his homework, right, or even the parents would have done their homework or whatever, they would have found out. Like they could have found out real quick that this dude
oh
wasn't.
yeah, they could have found out real fast. So,
It's just so bad. I would recommend watching it just because of how fucked it all was. Like it just makes you go, "What the fuck, man?
yeah,
What the
yeah,
shit?"
people are dumb,
Yeah.
even athletes. And also, I can hear myself through Apex's speaker. I think.
No, you can't.
It's all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Whitfield Report. Please check out Sam's Patreon. Patreon.com/the Whitfield Report.
That,
That's pretty good, man. You gotta give me some credit.
That's funny.
That's
That's
yeah,
funny.
that is pretty good, and I can also tell that's Apex's way of saying
That's like the
I'm done and I'm ready to kill myself.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
no.
Sammy does end this
No, look,
stream,
I would have done that a long time ago. I'm not gonna threaten that anymore. But I might tell the audience to do so once or twice. But you know, I won't. You know, I'm beyond that. I'm working out again, guys. My
There you
body
go.
hurts like a bitch, but I don't. You know, I'm not so. I just want to
Pain-
die anymore.
pain for pleasure.
I still do, but you know, just not so vocal
well,
about it.
well, listen, you've got a nice Mexican girlfriend now, so you know
Dude,
you're doing.
you have no idea. Gator was right. Oh shit! Never
Gator,
mind. It's lost on this
Ga-
audience. Never mind.
Gator was right about what?
He
what
lied. He
exactly?
lied about having a Puerto Rican girlfriend that threw shit at him for playing video games. Although I don't play video games, you know, this young, beautiful, tall Mexican woman just wants to be married and birth my children and shit, which by all accounts
And
sounds
she
great. It's just, you know, she's insane, like most women.
and she dragged
And
you
she's
to
also very
she dragged you to Marvel. I remember
Look,
one of our
that goes.
funniest.
No,
It
look.
goes back to the original.
Yeah, she dragged me to the Marvel shows, and she is so stereotypical that she goes to Six Flags like every third weekend. That it's possible, and she has an entire closet full of fucking Sylvester and Pepe Le Pew and goddamn Bugs Bunny hoodies and shirts. Like it's it's very funny.
So she's Mexican, but she's also a basic white girl. That's what you're saying.
No, she's a stereotypical Mexican because that's what Mexicans love. That fucking the theme parks and the particularly the Warner Bros. Is that Warner Bros? Bugs Bunny and shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Tasmanian Devil. And like, look, she she literally went to Six Flags today, which was like the Fright Fest just started, which she is absolutely terrified of. She does not want to be haunted. She doesn't want to go anywhere near any of that shit. People getting up in her face. She's scared of it. But she bought two Fright Fest hoodies, like with the like clowns and shit on the spooky, scary. I'm like, you poser ass bitch. You know?
Does she like?
No, she hid in the car. She left her family. She's like, fuck that. I don't want to be at 6 o'clock. The haunters came out. She's like, nope.
Does she like pumpkin spice shit by
No, she
chance?
doesn't. She doesn't really like anything.
Thank God she's not one of these chicks that is like, oh my God, pumpkin spice lattes are back in
No,
season.
she's too
Yes,
simple.
queen.
She's way more simple than that. She does love the pink drink from fucking Starbucks though. That's like her favorite thing in the world. So she's got
Oh
the
God.
yuppie has already started.
Okay. If she didn't like the pink drink either, I was gonna give her major props. But I mean, I guess she is kind of a yuppie a little bit at least. So.
Yeah, well, we're not safe out here, even in the middle of the cornfields, man. Modern world is coming.
I mean, look,
Like-
you got to put up what you got to put up with,
What-
because they do have that one thing that everybody fucking wants. Okay. And it's and it's consistently appreciating in value. Okay.
Why would anyone want to spend $7 on coffee, man or woman? That's what I want to know. So,
All right.
yeah, no, I think at this point we are kind of.
You're 2.5 hours into the show, buddy.
That was funny. That the exit was funny. It's like the movie voice, like in the city, one man has to fight back. It's just it's fucking great.
One man,
one cripple
in a wheelchair, rolling his happy fucking ass through pussy, down the city streets, up and down. I don't know.
He's starring in Naked Chariot Ride.
Naked Chariot Ride 2.
Coming this fall.
The naked chariot ride. I was about to say The Naked Gun, and then I'm like, oh shit, that's an actual movie. So, yeah, no. Anyone got any more stuff to comment on, or?
Can't think of anything this week.
Donate to Sam at patreon.com/ The Whitfield Report.
Donate. Yes.
Yeah. Donate. I keep saying I'm gonna get a merch store, but I kind of feel like.
Dude, as soon as I get a computer worth of shit and a pad to draw, I am drawing some shirts. Like I've got a bunch of shit brewing in my head. I really want to make art again, and music too. I just don't have. I mean, literally, my computer is from 2009. This poor thing. It's a laptop, by the way. But yeah, I don't have the space for a PC, and I'm too much of a drunken drug addict to spend the money on like a computer. That's a lot of money. Come on, I need my drugs and alcohol.
Hey man, we've all got our priorities. So, but all right then. Well, thanks for tuning in, and seriously, all of the support links are in the description below.
And thank you all very much for listening. I do appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Thanks to Vicious Vickers and to Larry Rapshaw for donating. We brought in $30 tonight or something. So
very nice. Very nice.
That's good. So I'm also on Substack now. So if you guys want to, if it's not enough for you to listen to me, you can also read what I have to say about the world. So, and I'll add that too. So, and thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Phil and thanks to Apex. I don't know. I think maybe
I love you, buddy.
got abducted by samurai or something.
Hopefully he got abducted by some fucking pussy. That goddamn nerd.
Yeah, these people say that they've been abducted and they've been anally probed, but when you go back and investigate the scene, it's just a dude wearing an alien costume and a glow in the dark fucking condom.
Yeah, well, that's as good as an explanation for anything. But all right, folks, we'll talk to you later.
Later, Gators.
Good night.
Night, homo.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless, God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.
God, freedom, and cripples in that order. Yeah. You're muted, man.